Hello, I'm BMillzebub, and welcome to my channel. I'm sure you may all remember the video I did a while ago where I did a more academic breakdown of the different forms of nihilism and whether they applied to me or not. Well, with exception of mereological nihilism, which for some reason I just couldn't wrap my head around. But if you remember the video, you probably also remembered that I identified with moral and existential nihilism. But today, I'm going to talk about how being those kinds of nihilist actually has been a good thing for me as a person. As a moral nihilist, I don't have a cookie cutter set of morality or ethics, so I had to give actual consideration to what I find moral or not. The obvious starting point for this consideration, whether I realized this at the time or not, was my former Catholic beliefs. After leaving the church, I found myself horrified at some of the things I found to be moral and immoral. I used to believe that the LGBT community, atheists, the camp that I had just found myself in, and people who didn't fall in line with Catholic doctrines was going to hell to suffer eternal torment and think it was justified. People who had done nothing actually wrong in the case of the LGBT community, they're just people living as who they really are. Atheists and other people who didn't fall in line with Catholic doctrine are either unconvinced of it, haven't heard of it, as unlikely as that is, or are convinced of a different or opposing doctrine. So I had to take a closer look at what I found to be moral and immoral and actually give it consideration. At the time I'm recording this video, the oversimplified way of stating my morality is this. If doing a thing causes unnecessary harm, or put another way, doing a thing causes harm that isn't in the interest of self-defense or defense of others, that thing is wrong. Now, because morality is something I'm giving consideration to almost constantly, that is subject to change, but I don't know by how much. I could dive deeper into what my morality actually is, but this video is about my nihilism, not my morality. The real point is that because I had to take a look at what I believe to be moral and give it real consideration, doing so gave me a superior morality compared to what I had as a Catholic. And I honestly think that most people, whether they realize it or not, are moral nihilists, because even if they do claim to have a cookie cutter sense of morality from religion or whatever, they often balk at claims of morality from holy books and will sometimes use platitudes like "it was a different time" or "that doesn't count anymore because of this thing." But that's just my opinion. But I'm also an existential nihilist, so I don't believe there's any inherent meaning or value to existence. So I bet you're wondering, how is it that I'm gonna spin this one to actually be a good thing? I mean, how can it possibly be a good thing to think that life has no inherent meaning or value? Consider this. Most people consider their families and close friends as having greater value than strangers. This is a totally subjective thing. My family means more to me than your family means to me. That's not me being cruel and saying your family isn't as valuable as mine. That's me saying that your family isn't as valuable to me as they are to you. Just like my family likely isn't as valuable to you as yours is. Either way, you're looking at the value of people you don't know subjectively as being less than people you value greatly. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually willing to bet that most people would consider the value of someone guilty of a violent crime as being less than someone who hasn't. But all the same, it's a subjective value, hence the nihilism. But I've been ranting about the value side of existential nihilism. How about the meaning side of it? Even if they have some outside thing telling them the meaning of their lives, that's not the only meaning they ascribe to their lives, assuming, of course, they actually believe their lives really do mostly revolve around pleasing some deity or whatever other outside meaning they claim. But many people consider their families to be the biggest thing that gives meaning to their lives. For others, it's work or travel or education. Honestly, from what I've observed of people, including the religious ones who say that their God is the biggest thing that gives their lives meaning, that really isn't the case because they have real lives and obviously that takes precedence. But that's how recognizing my nihilism made me a better person. How about all of you? Are you a nihilist? Did it make you better? Let me know in the comments section below. That'll do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you feel so inclined to help me out, consider giving to my Patreon, where I plan on having monthly patron-only live streams or hangouts, or get me something from my Amazon wishlist. Every little bit helps, and every little bit is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, linked below, to keep up with all my comings and goings, and join my Discord for a chance to talk to yours truly. Take it easy, everyone, and I will see you all in the next one.